Outside on the corner where I caught the bus, thinking in my head it's colder than I thought it was. Sometimes life is like that, and you just quiver your lips, whisper a wish, hoping someone might give us deliverance. Now deliver this message, think I could live with this message. You could just give a few seconds to come and sit in my presence. And yes, it is so precious, yes, it is a blessing. Next, I'll attempt to express it with every heavy breath, cause just to make it worth it, and just to make it real, you always made it perfect, and that's the way I feel. Sometimes we think too much, and we lose control, but it's not what you know, no, it's who you know. Days that will not end, I'm sure you've had them too, wishing you're still in bed, and yet we have to move. This is what passion do, this is what passion does. It's on my planets too, start sending back the love. Snowflakes fell like a gift from the skies, and teardrops swelled when I lifted my eyes. And it was surely just brightness that had informed in me, while the storm in the streets was adorning the trees, and it clothed each branch with a layer of the purest snow. And this miracle was a little less than a year ago. Now summer's almost over, the weather's growing colder, approaching frozen soldiers, a Minnesota soldier. Backpack on my shoulder, days are shorter, I spend most alone. Still growing older, feeling lonesome though I'm close to home. I'm the city bus and both are closing, I'm the open road. My soul is folding though I'm holding on, and so it goes. And sometimes when it's dark, I look up at the stars, think about how small we are, but at least we have hearts, getting past my speeding cars. On these streets of ours, I want to be the cause for someone's grief to pause. Cause just to make it worth it, and just to make it real, you always made it perfect, and that's the way I feel. Sometimes we think too much, and we lose control, but it's not what you know, no, it's who you know. Days that will not end, I'm sure you've had them too, wishing you're still in bed, and yet we have to move. This is what passion do, this is what passion does. It's on my planets too, start sending back the love. Can't even get emotional, cause even though this road is negotiable, this is a road that chose, going solo, feeling solo, when they don't know the things I'm supposed to know. But so, I know some brothers that are rolling in the same road with the same goal, and they say focus. So just focus, and you're gon' quit, it's a long way to go, I'ma need y'all to go with. I got your back like the shirt takes size, no matter what it is, yes sir, that's right. Even when you act like a dirtbag guy, and been never both for sure, that's why I keep no accounts of flaws, keep holding out for y'all. People is all we are, you know I'm down by law. Cause just to make it work, and just to make it real, you always made it perfect, and that's the way I feel. Sometimes we think too much, and we lose control, but it's not what you know, no, it's who you know. Days that will not end, I'm sure you've had them too, wishing you're still in bed, and yet we have to move. This is what passion do, this is what passion does. It's on my planets too, so I'm sending back the love. Cause just to make it worth it, and just to make it real, you always made it perfect, and that's the way I feel. Sometimes we think too much, and we lose control, so it's all this for all of the fools we know.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It's me, Dukect. Thank you so much for listening. It's been a while. And anyway, this is the wild card. So I want to get some stuff because a lot of stuff happened in the last couple of stuff, In the wrestling world, you got the whole Moxley, the whole spot with the back and such. I don't know if I could show that because, who would probably shut me down or whatever. And you got like what happens with the games, Ubisoft and everything. Then you got this huge, and I mean huge stuff, Nintendo stuff where they're preparing. They had this. They had a mini direct today, and all that stuff, which a lot of people, myself included, there was only, this is basically, a teaser for the people who, well, it was for the direct to just, to wipe their tongues off. And also, hmm, you know, just, all that stuff. I've been trying to, looking at other stuff. Also, you got the whole situation with Avengers stuff as well. But I want to talk a little bit stuff about that before I get into that situations and everything else. So anyway, thank you so much again for sticking with me, Duke CT, after all the stuff and everything. I am humbled and I am thankful for everyone, from the one person who listens to the 50 people who listen. So anyway, let's get into the show. And well, let's look at this. Metroid Prime 4. That was the big thing. Metroid Prime 4. And it looks like she has new psychic abilities to take people down, which looks like really good stuff here. A lot of people seem to like that, and I mean, the graphics looks really good. And I think this is the only thing here. Let me just look here. Nintendo Direct. Let's see. Here we are. Where is right? Let's see. All right, here we are. I think this is a good one to do it here. Da, 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 da. Got me just do the thing here. And put this right here. And we keep doing this. Share the screen. There we are. And here we are. This is the stuff they actually put in. The Mystery of the Soulless. All right. The Dragon Quest 1 and 2 remakes. I mean, okay. Something like the Papaton. I mean, game people who do like that type of stuff. Like I said, Disney Prime 4, Disney Villains Curse Cafe, pretty much for the Tumblr crowd. That is, get this out of the way. That is basically that is for the definite version of the Tumblr crowd. So I mean, hey, if that's what you want to get into, I recommend it. That's what it is. It's just that is just for the Tumblr crowd. Then you look at the Gradius Origins. It looks nice. Pokemon Legends, if you have that, sure. Rhythm Groove. I have that for the Wii U. I might have to get that too. So because again, I do like River Heaven, the Eternal Life of Goldman. Some people like that stuff. Let's see, the Story of the Seasons, farming game. There was a couple of farming games. So yeah, and some multiplayer stuff too. Saga Frontier 2 Remastered is available now. Yeah, Everybody's Golf is coming soon. Marvel Cosmic Invasion. Basically, Shredder's Revenge, but with Marvel characters. And then you got the big news. Tamagotchi Life, Living the Dream. A lot of people are happy, if that was their big thing. So yeah, I think a lot of people were surprised. It's you know, that's there is that type of people like excited for that. So I mean, hey, at the end of the day, so yeah, and I want just because again, people seem to really enjoy about that stuff. So anyway, it wasn't really. It was pretty much a very mid, and I said to someone, my feeds or whatever. It's pretty much the AEW Rampage of it. Like it's a nice little hour, but not much of. Sure, they have some big stuff there, but not really anything. There's just a swan song for the last gasp of the Nintendo Switch era. Ugh. Yeah, the Nintendo Switch era until it comes on April 2nd when the real main event. This is the the exhibition fight, a high profile exhibition fight until the main event comes, and all that stuff. It's like, yeah, okay, now we get to the main event, April 2nd. They're already doing pre-orders in some places, so for the Switch 2, and I will get my full thoughts on that because it does look interesting. The whole mouse and everything looks nice. Uh, I wonder what they're going to do because again, there's all this other stuff going on. and I think that it's going to be a very interesting, it's going to be a very interesting type of push to it, and I think that's going to be something a lot of people can't wait to see, can't wait to actually, be a part of and such. It's going to be very interesting, and hey, anyway, but that's the um, all the other stuff other than besides everyone's doing the AI, the AI shuffle. Uh anyway, let's see what else is to talk about. Well, this big thing happened yesterday. Doomsday was the cast was big. It was big thing here. The whole Doomsday cast. It was going to be a mix of all of these people. You got, let's see, this is what it is. It's going to be Chris Hemsworth, and Mac Curry, Paul Rudd, Florence Pugh, Wyatt Russell, you know, Namor, Shang Tsung, Sylvester Stan, Lieutenant White. You know the thing. You got Kelsey Grammer. This was basically at this point is it was going to be. It is basically the Royal Rumble. That's what it feels like. It's just the Royal Rumble at this point. Look at this. All of this, you know, James Marsden, Channing Tatum, Pedro Pascal, and Robert Downey Jr. all in production. All of it. There are so many people, and there's so much stuff there. I made the joke that basically it's the Royal Rumble, and it is. With all this type of stuff, but at the end of the day, it got over 200 million likes and all this type of stuff. I just saw the reactions on X and on Blue Sky, I mean X/Twitter, and everyone else like going crazy and such. Me, I'm just sitting back and I'm like, as long as the movie's good. This is their new relaunch, by the way. That's what it is. This is pretty much their relaunch and jingling of the keys and the desperation. And it will probably work because again, there is the power of nostalgia. The 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 power of nostalgia is insane. It is the one thing that the one thing that this Hollywood still has is the power of nostalgia, and I think that that's going to help these big films. Is going to help them, and it's going to be like, wow, this is one of the most biggest thing here. You know, everyone from the X-Men and all this other stuff. So yeah, it is something going to be very interesting to see how all this stuff is going to be managed. That's going to be the one thing a lot of people are going to see. Is this going to be managed well? Because I don't see this being, I can see this managing well, but what's going to be afterwards? Because you haven't had an Avengers movie in a long while. So is this going to be a new start of the reboot that the MCU really does need right now? And I think that's something that is necessary because right now it's just, right now the MCU just seems spinning its wheels. It's adrift. It doesn't really have any real connections to all these other situations. They don't really have anything. That's the real issue. I think that's the one problem of the MCU right now is that they don't have anything out. I don't think they have this huge thing and stuff that's what's going on. There's not really a real centralized threat. They'd have the whole universe and everything else, but it just feels weak at this point. There's nothing really here. And I think that's one thing that You know what? That's uh, you know, uh, I hope that people will be, um, you know, I hope they do well, but I just don't see the maybe I'm wrong, but I just think this can backfire. I don't see how this nostalgia can continue to ride, but if it can, this is people seem to love this stuff. They love these characters. They love the Marvel stuff. And by the way, I love the fact that they bring in the X-Men. The people have been because a lot of them, they talked all this other stuff about the X-Men. They built themselves up against the X-Men, like, oh, the Marvel that X-Men stuff is bad or whatever and such. But yet the X-Men seem to, they have a connection to that. People, grew up with the X-Men. And as imperfect those X-Men movies were, I mean, I honestly X-Men 1, 2, First Class, even though they killed off the black guy in the most just terrible fashion and such. Just like, hey, he can survive everything. Okay, just have him. He saw this energy blast and he dies. Womp womp. Um, and I think Days of Future Past was decent. Then after that, it just went to this mediocrity, and then next, you had old Charles Xavier doing the the Bojangles dance and such. But at the end of it, but yeah, it's that type of But they did get a big finale with the Deadpool movies, and it looks like we're gonna get another finale, and then you have Charles Xavier dying again, which is hilarious and sad. So yeah. So yeah, I that's what I see what's gonna happen. So nostalgia is going to win. Yeah, nostalgia wins, flawless victory, and here we are. Ooh, well, let's see what other stuff. Well, let's see. You know, let's see. Let's see. WrestleMania. By the way, a lot of people have been feeling really. Let's see. Look if I can find the you know this this show has built a little bit on the Bitcoin. And I think the reason why is one, some people feel like the card being built up is a little bit is I think the later date has hurt it. Because right now, WrestleMania will be this weekend. In earlier years, WrestleMania will be like early March or late March or early April. I think that's one of the main issues because just WrestleMania 41 is like in the after you know when it's going to be WrestleMania 41 is going to be April 19th and April 20th. So you got at least another 1, 2, 3 weeks of build. That's the issue. You have 3 weeks of more build to do, and you have all these matches and such. And by the way, the one thing I think that the issue is with and such is that you have in this situation is that you have a lot of these championships that just feel like they're floating around. I mean, the only real championships that feel like there's actually something they're going to do something with them at WrestleMania is the world titles, um, the Intercontinental Championship, which looks like they're going to be at Mania. And by the way, the ladies, the Intercontinental U.S. Championships, they're not going to be doing anything. at this point. What are they gonna do with that? Chelsea Green is still champion, but she's felt like only one or maybe two opponents and such, and the depth is not there. And then you have Leah Vicaria. It looks like they're gonna try to do something with Roxanne and maybe Bailey with her, which is just good. I like that, but the problem is that she hasn't really wrestled. The last time she really has wrestled is with Raquel Rodriguez, and it just was it Miguel Gonzalez or I think Miguel Gonzalez. I think is it Gonzalez or Rodriguez? I don't know. They just changed their names and all this stuff. You know, the tag. By the way, she's a tag champion. By the way, what is Raquel and Liv Morgan? Who are they defending the tag belts against? I mean, if you have these belts, you should defend them. Who are they building up to? That's these issues. And then you have, I feel bad for the ladies because they're pissed off that the ladies are, they don't get the main event spot. Well, here's the real sad part is that you're gonna have there's still it's a man's world, as James Brown once sung. This is a man's world, and there's nothing. Yeah, it's a man's world. It's a man's world. This is a man's world. It is. It is. And it is that because they have, I guarantee you, it's going to be Punk, Roman, and Seth going to main event night one. Night two is going to be Cody versus Cena and all that stuff, which just feels fine. But I feel bad for the ladies because again, Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair are just basically just put that in the opening match and the women's three-way match, which is basically built up to it. Which at this point, I'm just tired of just seeing how it's like, yeah, we're going to do all the type of stuff here, but we know it just there's nothing here. That's the problem. I feel very worried about you know That's I worry because once you start build these you build up these characters, you build up these people. There's not there's nothing really there. They don't really build up anyone for those championships. They haven't really built up any real contenders or stories. Just feel like they're just waiting and waiting. Okay, last week of May, we'll probably put some people here. You know, or put them in the battle royal. I mean, Logan Paul was like, I think he was about to fight somebody, and then next he's fighting another person. I think Logan Paul was gonna fight you know, I don't know, someone, but now he's like I think AJ. I don't know. And then it's not then I thought AJ was gonna fight Braun, but now Braun is gonna be this, going for the four-way for the Intercontinental title with Penta and Braun and versus Dominic and Finn, which I think Finn's turning heel, or yet Dominic's gonna turn face. I don't know. It just seems there's a lot of uncommittal stuff at WrestleMania at this point. And I think the reason why is one, the late date. Two, they really, and also another reason is that people feel like there's a lackluster mania. It's like the Royal Rumble winner is once again being in like slotted with the opening card again with the World Championship, who is basically the world title once again is the Intercontinental Championship. Because once you have two world championships, you're not going to have them basically put on the main event. You're going to have to switch up and all the type of stuff. That's the main issue. And until you have a really harsh brand split, a really hard brand split to basically say world title here, world the WWE Championship, completely 100% separate, and you built them up, nothing that will not change. It will never change. And that's one of the main issues is that they have not done a really good job building that type of stuff up yet. And I don't know how you can fix it because if you can fix it, the only way to fix it is either combine the world championships again or do a very harsh hard brand split with little to no cross promotion at all. That's the only way to solve that issue. But I don't think WWE will have the creative fortitude or the intestinal fortitude to do that. At least not now. But that's just my personal opinion. I want to hear what you guys and gals and everyone else thinks. Thank you so much for watching, by the way. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being you. Thank you very much. And that's it for me, Duke CT. I'll see you next week. And next week, I will be talking about, well, oh gosh, we're gonna be talking about the new Switch coming out. You know, the next all the stuff that come down, maybe some more AEW stuff, the lack of WrestleMania pushes, all that stuff here, live here on the Duke CT Lounge. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you a lot for just sticking with me, Duke CT. Peace and love. I will see y'all when I see y'all later.